What do you think about Heisman buzz for Bain? He's been the best player in the country through 4 weeks. I think it is at this point reasonable. Unfortunately, this is definitely like the quarterback of the best team award more often than not is what this has turned into. I love that he's become a household name, not just in Miami and not just in the ACC, but like across the country. You start with the opener, against Notre Dame. Then look, you had huge numbers of people watching the USF game because they were the darlings of the college football world through 2 weeks. So everybody wanted to see what they're going to do. And he wrecked shop in that game. And then you get the ABC national game again, second time in 4 weeks against your rival Florida, who I know is bad, but you got to go out there and, if the standard is the standard and we play the way that we play every week. And he did. And in the two marquee games, Notre Dame and Florida, those are the 2 weeks that he won ACC Defensive Player of the Week. I'm sorry, or Defensive Lineman of the Week. So you're showing up big in the biggest games. Like his Pro Football Focus grade for this season is like 94.8, which they don't give people above 90s because it's like every single play, run and pass, and like there's something. His grade is off the charts. This is, he's on a different level right now. And I think that this is great that we're talking about that. Simply because of the position he plays, I am not sure that this will continue. As in him in the conversation, as people pushing him forward for Rueben Bain for Heisman. I was literally watching some stuff on YouTube earlier. I saw Kane's Tape has a thing up. I saw Pro Football Focus had a thing up. I saw 3 other independent podcast shows had things up of Rueben Bain for the Heisman, right? On my For You page on YouTube. If you go, obviously not right now while you're watching this, but if you click around, you find a whole bunch of these things. I love that that's there the last week of September. I'm not sure that will be the case last week of October. Not through any fault of his own, but yeah, I think that this is great. I think it is visibility for the U. I think it's visibility for a player who at every stage has been dominant. I'm talking optimist. I'm talking high school where he had 112 tackles for loss and like 70 sacks in his final 2 years by himself. Right? But was not a 5-star recruit because he's only 6'2" and he's a little chunky. He's 6'2", 275. He's built like a tweener edge tackle, but you can't block him. You know what I mean? Like it just, so I get it that he's not Myles Garrett, who's 6'5.5", 255 and 8% body fat. I get that he doesn't have those dimensional measurables, but on the field, you can't stop the guy. And I love it where we are. I unfortunately believe that even with continued excellence, there's going to be some, but look at this quarterback. But look at, I was going to say John Mateer, but he broke his thumb. But look at Fernando Mendoza. but look at someone else at a more glamorous position, particularly offense. But I think that the Heisman buzz at this point for Rueben Bain is entirely earned, and he is well worthy of it.
Well put again. We appreciate the comments and the questions coming in, folks.